Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
This time we're tackling credit card debt head on.
Sounds scary.
It can be.
That.
We're going to lay out a clear path to achieving some financial security using this book right here, Pay It Down, by Chatzky.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
Now look, whether you're working towards a financial goal, maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by debt, or just curious about smart money management, I think you're really going to get a lot out of this deep dive.
Absolutely.
And get this, do you know that focusing on paying off your smallest debt first can actually create this snowball effect?
Yeah.
Helps you tackle the bigger ones down the line.
It's a really cool psychological trick.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later.
Can't wait.
One of the things that Chatzky does really well in Pay It Down is she combines practical advice with the psychology of debt,
Yeah, absolutely. And she really nails it when she talks about acknowledging the problem as the first step
Oh, yeah.
towards solving it.
It's like anything else, right? Yeah. You can't fix it if you don't admit there's a problem.
Exactly.
And it's so easy to feel trapped,
Oh, totally.
by debt.
I mean, I think you're not alone.
Yeah.
So many people struggle with credit card debt. It's incredibly common.
Yeah.
And it often boils down to a few things: overspending, definitely high interest rates.
Oh, for sure.
And sometimes, honestly, it's just a lack of financial discipline.
All right, so let's get into Chatzky's core strategy,
Okay.
the 10% solution.
I love this one.
She talks about setting aside 10% of your income to pay down debt, which,
Sounds like a lot.
it can sound kind of daunting at first,
Yeah.
especially when you're like, I'm already living paycheck to paycheck.
Sure. Yeah.
Where am I going to find that extra 10%?
Well, I think what's so cool is Chatzky doesn't just pull this number out of thin air.
Yeah.
She actually delves into the research.
Okay,
And the research shows that 10% is the sweet spot.
I see.
It's significant enough that you're going to make some real progress, but it's not so overwhelming
Gotcha.
that it feels impossible.
Okay, so it's finding that balance.
Exactly.
So how do we find that 10%? Does she give us some tips?
Oh, yeah, she has tons of great tips.
Okay,
It's like going on a treasure hunt in your budget.
I like that.
She talks about cutting out unnecessary expenses,
Give me some examples.
like tracking your spending.
Okay.
Identify those little leaks,
Okay.
the daily latte,
Mm-hmm.
that subscription you never use.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe think about negotiating your bills. Could you downsize some of those luxury items?
Makes sense.
Really just being mindful of where your money's going.
It's about being conscious, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of people are just on autopilot.
Yeah,
But what about people who are already stretched thin? Is cutting back the only option here?
not at all. Chatzky actually encourages you to explore ways to make some extra income.
Okay, so side hustle.
Exactly.
Like what kind of stuff?
Maybe think about something you already enjoy doing
Okay.
in your free time that you could monetize.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could look into selling unused items,
Oh, yeah.
or maybe leveraging some skills you have for freelance work.
So many good ideas.
Lots of options.
Speaking of momentum, let's talk about the snowball method.
Ooh, yes!
This one sounds really interesting.
I love this one.
What makes this technique so powerful?
It's brilliant because it plays on the psychology of motivation.
Okay.
Instead of focusing on interest rates, you start by tackling your smallest debt,
Okay.
regardless of the interest.
So even if a larger debt has a higher interest rate, you're saying it's better to knock out that smaller one first.
Exactly. It's about getting the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Building momentum, creating a sense of accomplishment.
All right.
As you pay off each small debt,
Mm-hmm.
you free up more money
Makes sense.
to roll into the next one, and it just keeps building.
Like an actual snowball.
Yeah, like a snowball going downhill.
That's a great visual.
It picks up speed.
So I can see how that would be super motivating.
Totally.
Like seeing those debts disappear one by one. It gives you that feeling of progress.
Yeah, and I think that's what people are missing, right?
Absolutely.
They get so discouraged.
Yeah.
They just give up.
Makes sense.
But if you can see that progress
Uh-huh.
and feel it,
Yeah,
then you're more likely to stick with it.
exactly.
Okay,
Hope
so
is a big one.
what about saving?
Yeah.
How can you possibly save money when you're focusing on paying off debt?
This is such a good point, and Chatzky addresses it head on.
Okay,
She says it's crucial
okay,
to build an emergency fund,
okay.
even while you're paying down debt.
How much are we talking?
Aim for about 3 to 6 months of living expenses.
Okay, so that's...
If you suddenly lost your job,
Gotcha.
you'd be able to cover your bills for 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
That's your safety net.
So it's kind of like
It prevents you from falling back into debt.
cleaning up your house,
Yeah.
but you still need that,
Foundation.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like building a solid foundation
Yeah, makes sense.
while you're clearing out the clutter. And I think that's where people get tripped up.
For sure.
They think, I'm just going to focus all on debt, and then once the debt's gone, I'll start saving.
Yeah, which can be dangerous.
Well, and then something happens, right?
Exactly.
And then you're right back in debt.
It puts you right back at square one.
Okay, so emergency fund, even while you're paying down debt.
Absolutely. Even small contributions can add up.
That's important, I think, for people to hear.
Yeah.
Because they think, oh, I can only put away $20 a month.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything.
But it's better than nothing.
It all adds up.
It really does.
What about staying motivated?
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a huge part of this whole thing.
It is. You have to stay motivated. And Chatzky gives some great tips on how to do that.
Okay.
She says celebrate those small wins.
Okay.
You know, every time you pay off a debt,
Yeah.
have a little celebration.
Yeah, like, don't go too crazy.
Yeah, right.
But, like, acknowledge it.
Yeah, acknowledge it. Do something to mark the occasion.
Okay, what else to know?
And don't forget to connect your efforts to your long-term goals.
Oh, I like that.
What are you working towards?
Yeah, what's that big picture?
Is it financial independence, owning a home,
Yeah.
traveling the world?
All the things.
Yeah, imagine the possibilities when you're not weighed down by that debt.
It's like keeping your eyes on the prize, right? It's
Exactly.
easy to get bogged down in the day-to-day,
Absolutely.
but you got to keep that big picture in mind.
You got to remember why you're doing it.
And it's a long game, right?
It is. It's about adopting healthy financial habits for the long haul.
Okay, so not just getting out of debt,
Right.
but like staying out of debt.
Exactly. It's about building lasting wealth.
Changing your mindset.
Completely. It's going from feeling trapped by debt to feeling empowered
Yeah,
to shape your financial future.
love that. All right, so let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
Today we talked about the importance of acknowledging that you have a problem,
Yeah.
finding that 10% to dedicate to debt repayment,
That's sweet spot.
the motivating snowball method,
Gotta love that one.
balancing debt reduction with savings,
Super important.
and most importantly, staying motivated throughout the process.
Absolutely.
So many great takeaways.
I know it's a lot.
But remember, these strategies are actionable.
You can do this.
You can start taking steps today.
It doesn't have to be overwhelming.
Small changes can lead to big results.
They really care.
It's all about taking control of your finances one step at a time.
You got this.
So as you go forward, think about this. What's one small change that you can make today to start your debt-free journey?
Yeah. What's that first step?
Could you track your spending for a week?
Or even just a day.
Cut back on one unnecessary expense.
That's a great start.
Every step counts. Remember that.
Even the tiniest steps can make a difference.
With the right plan and a little bit of effort, you can take control of your finances and build the future you deserve.
Absolutely.
That's it for this deep dive.
See ya next time.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.